Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. In the last episode, we actually had quite a throwdown and actually lost our first real fight against Maylene and her absolute powerhouse of a Pokemon Lucario. But after a second time being the charm, we finally earned ourselves a victory over the third gym of our adventure, and earned ourselves the prize of becoming the rightful owners of the ability Fly to, fly around the world, as well as begin the strike against anything in our wake. But with Pistoria City almost now upon us, we now have to prepare for our next major milestone of our adventure, the fourth gym leader or challenge, the halfway marker known as Crash Your Wake, the water-type gym leader of Sinnoh. So, with that being said, we're definitely in for quite a treat. But the thing is, with him being the halfway mark of the gym challenge, we definitely do need to be careful, because he might have something up his sleeve that is going to be just as scary as Maylene's Lucario. So we definitely want to be careful. But with that being said, let's continue. Oh, hello. You wish to stay the night? I'm afraid we are totally booked. You may rest while you wish. Oh, cool. There's a heal here. Okay. I was worried about not being healed for the next area, but thanks, that's really good for us. But didn't they say that one person say they lost her key? I don't think we can find it, but let's see if this lady has it. This hotel is so romantic. I hope a night on a Pokemon will sweep me away for a honeymoon here. You never know, maybe. But, I guess we'll just leave that one person alone, because I don't think we're going to be able to deal with them, just because it doesn't seem like we're supposed to be messing around with them. And also, you have a Shellos, what's going on with you? I stand stoically in front of the deep blue sea. Why? Because I'm a rich boy. The seaside suits me better than the sea. Okay. Interesting. But sure. But let's do our first battle, since it looks like we do have another route in between. Well, obviously, technically it's not a route actually, is it? Just because it still counts as Valor Lakefront, doesn't it? Or Seafront, but you never know. But let's definitely check out what they got around this area. I can battle too. Okay, well, let's see what you got for us. Because I'm a little wanting to kind of get see what we might run into once we actually get to Wake. Because the thing is Wake is definitely coming up, because the fact that we're doing a nice circle round and fly by towards, back to Fatina, obviously we know she's the 5th gym leader, and if we're going over this way, it definitely would make a lot of sense, and geez, Grass Knot does a lot. I threw that on just because we needed another move. And, geez, Gardenia's Grass Knot really does do some damage. Jeez. But Carmen is definitely a weightless Pokemon, so that definitely is really good. Level 30 for Carmen and level 30 for Mozart. Really good. And, Giga Drain. A massive upgrade from Absorb, so we'll definitely grab that as well. And having Carmen and Nala is going to be really good for us soon, because with the Wake being a water type, we're definitely in the safety nets of having, 2 Pokemon that can actually properly deal. An X-Scissor, that's actually hard. Well, X-Scissor is really good, so I think we can give up Sing, because I still like Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter can really make or break depending on how many times you use it, and it can definitely become better than the X-Scissors, but the thing is you have to build it up. But I really do think it's still pretty good. I lost, and now I feel hungry. Sorry, buddy, but can't really do anything about that one. But looks like Weasel is something we need to be worrying about with water types. But, curious. Do you have a bunch of Magikarps? Hopefully you don't. Actually, it's not even a battle. There's a fancy hotel in a fancy place with a fancy restaurant. The fancy restaurant's filled with fancy people who think themselves as being too fancy to battle alone. Oh, we ran into that and we didn't actually do anything with it. But that must be that little hotel's restaurant that we walked by. I almost had the fish reeled in. Talking about fishing, we haven't got ourselves a rod of any sorts. So even if we wanted to catch a Pokemon that was in the water, we haven't even had the ability to do so. So even if we wanted to have a Magikarp, we never got that chance, did we? Which is weird. Wonder why we never got one. Also, I'm curious, how much does Grasston do to Pokemon like Magikarp? Because Magikarp's not... I guess it doesn't matter. Jeez, okay, so Grasston does a lot more damage than I gave it credit for. Maybe I'll start using it more. Because I never used Grasston before, just because I never thought it was a good move. But based on the fact that it's still hitting pretty decently, and it's just going through everything, it must be pretty good. Unless it's just Roselia being Roselia, but definitely seems like it's pretty decent. Level 32 for Alice will definitely take any levels we can get, because let's be honest here, Alice is getting closer and closer to being an Altaria. And Cotton Guard, oh yeah, this is double, so yeah, that's really good. We can get rid of Safeguard for now for that. That is 100% worth going for, because Safeguard is double defense, and that can be very, very good, and yeah, let's be honest here, that's a really good stat upgrade. Okay, Gyarados. That's where we swap things up, because Carmen is not going to be good for Gyarados, because Gyarados' flying typing is going to change things up there. But we can go for the 4 times weakness on Gyarados. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about any kind of Mega Evolutions from Gyarados, just because of the fact that it changes his typing into a Water Dragon, if I remember correctly. But, I still miss Mega Evolutions, to be honest. I wish they never got rid of them. I feel like Dynamax, slash Gigantamax, yeah, you know what, Gigantamax, I should say, because those change them drastically. I feel like Gigantamax Pokemon are going to become a variation of Mega Evolution if they ever bring Mega Evolution back. So every Gigantamax Pokemon will eventually be a Mega Evolution Pokemon if they ever do bring it back. So, I can see that, just because they are very interesting, like, the Mega Evolution for, I always forget his name, but Krabby's evolution, shoot, why do I not remember it, but, let's just go with an easy one. Cinderace's Gigantamax definitely seems like a Mega Evolution, if you look at it. So, level 31 for Nala, and level 28 for Bugs. Maybe getting our evolution for Bugs very soon, because it is based on friendship, and we've had Bugs for quite a decent amount of time, so we could get lucky here. Maybe. Baton Pass. On what Pokemon, exactly? On Bugs. Well, Bugs doesn't have anything that can really use Baton Pass at the current moment. If we had, like, Swords Dance and stuff like that, it would work, but the thing is we don't, so it's not really going to work in our favor. But sorry, buddy. You need to have more respect for a grown-up. Technically I am, so no, I don't really need that, but beating you in a Pokemon battle doesn't really matter. But Dr. Footstep's house, footprints reveal all. Okay. This seems like one of those badge-like places, for ribbons specifically. Pokemon are quite easy for me to read. I need only see their footprints, and their innermost thoughts are revealed to me. Oh, you are skeptical of my claim. Then let your Roselia walk in front of me right here. From its footprints, I will determine how it feels about you. Okay. So, how does Roselia feel? Spooks and I make a perfectly matched combo. I've seen all sorts of Pokemon so far, but he understands my feelings most. I'm a little hungry. Can you tell, right? Okay. And that is what your Roselia thinks of you. Interesting. So, Roselia likes me. Good to hear from Carmen. But, apparently she's hungry for Puffins, apparently. because that's 100%. Oh, I thought I would be able to get that rock. I wanted to get that before we go into any battles, but it's fine. Let me demonstrate my technique. It's how this grown-up battles. Okay. So, what do you got for us? Beauty Cindy. Okay. So, oh, Glammeow? Okay, that's really easy. You trying to give us a freebie? Actually, you know what? I can see it, actually, them giving us a free fight. Because of the fact that we did have to take down a Lucario Drain Punch. Which is normally not the case. So, yeah, I was very terrified of that Lucario, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, Poison Point. I forgot you have that. That is really good. Okay, that's going to be really helpful for later, because that's free poison if they hit us. Not 100% chance, but still quite a decent amount, and we can definitely take advantage of it. But we can also take advantage of the Giga Drain that we have to get our HP back as well, since Carmen is definitely going to want to do that as much as possible. Because the thing is I'm pretty sure Roselia and Roserade are glass cannons, in a way. So we do need to be careful and make sure we keep as much HP as possible. But down goes them, and not much experience, but we might get some decent money out of this. That's how you attack Pshaw. Pshaw? Okay. But 1,500? That's... okay, that was about what I was expecting. For, like, just based on how she was talking. So 1,500. Not bad. Although I don't think we can get trapped in here. I don't think he'll... oh, Aerial Ace. I'll definitely take that. Okay, before we even think about anything else, I'm gonna be honest here. Aerial Ace is being used immediately. Because the thing is I've been complaining about not having a flying type move. And Alice really needs one. So, Alice, I really hope you're ready, because we're giving you something to use. And we don't need another Sing, I think. I think we're going to be focusing more on Paralysis now than Sing. So, I think we can swap out perfectly fine without me worrying about that kind of stuff. Let's take on you, since you might be a trainer. There's something on top of this big cliff here. My instincts tell me that, but how am I supposed to climb up? Oh, you're not a trainer. Well, you're gonna need a move called Rock Climb, buddy. And I do not have that, so we can't even get what that is, but I thought that was an item for a second. But, yeah, definitely no way of getting up there. But apparently an item on top of a Rock Climb tree. Or, not tree. Rock Climb mountain. Wonder if it might be a TM of some sort, or just a battle item. Because that's definitely possible. And I think we might be able to one and done you. Let's see. Since we definitely have been pretty good on that, and nope, now it's Shellos. Okay, so we're late in the game where Pokeballs aren't going to be as, good. And also I like how Ancient Power actually shows the fossils now. I always like that. But, let's go for Stun Spore here. Quite surprised it's going to work on you, just because of the fact that Shellos becomes a water ground type when it turns into Gastrodon. So I'm surprised that it's able to be stunned. But, let's go for a Pokeball now, because this is actually a lot better of a catch rate with the Paralysis status. So we might be able to one and done it now. Yep, there it goes. Just like I said. Technically 2 and done, but 2 times is the charm, isn't it? And that's definitely the truth with that, with the fact of our last gym challenge. But Shellos' data has now been added to your Pokedex. Shellos, the Sea Slug Pokemon, also known as the Water type, as well as I think it's 1 foot, I would think that is 1 foot, weight 13, or basically 14 pounds. From the EC, its colors and shapes differ from region to region. In the Sinnoh region, 2 types are confirmed. You have the EC and the West Sea versions, I believe. But the differences between them is, obviously, one is blue and one is pink. And, well, both of them are pretty cool in their own rights. So, honestly, either one you get, you could definitely have some major differences between the two. Just because the coloring scheme definitely does change them a little bit, in my honest opinion. But, I think we might be in, where we're trying to get to. Let's see. Footprints are left in the sand when you walk on the beach. Pokemon seem to enjoy leaving footprints as much as people. Well, I can see that. What about you? It's a long way from Veilstone. I'm exhausted. True. It evidently seems like we've been on quite a journey, and yep, here we are, Pistoria City. There's only one way to really prove— oh, yep, it says defeat the gym leader of Pistoria City. But, yep, there we go. As well as a great marshes here as well. Oh yeah, isn't that the safari of this game? Wait, we actually might be in the safari zone. And, hey, Team Galactic is here? This is so annoying. What is it? Oh, some kind of kid with only 3 gym badges. Little twerps like you should know to stay out of Team Galactic's way. Now this package from Veilstone, where should I set it off? Yep, this is going to be a smashing job for Team Galactic. Okay, that's a little odd. So, I guess we have to get her gym badge before we can deal with anything with them. And just because this might have an item in here, I want to see. Howdy there, let me examine your Pokemon and see if it's worthy of a scarf. I see. This isn't what I had hoped to see, can't lie to you, so I'll have to tell it to you straight. This Pokemon's not bad, but it's not good either. It's just so-so. If you want to improve this one's condition, feed it some more Poffins. Okay. Scarf, though. What is it, like a choice scarf? Interesting. Okay, then. Well, I'm not really bothered by it, perchance, because if it is one of those scarves, you're kind of locked into using certain moves, because that's how it works. It increases your stats for you focusing completely on one ability, so it can kind of be a double-edged sword, specifically in story mode. But inside a Pokemon battle competitively, that's a different question, because obviously it's better in competitive. But let's check out what our sign says here. Pistoria City, the Great Marsh. They're really hyping this Great Marsh up. Definitely gotta take a look at it for sure. And since I did see the gym over on the left side, let's go see how Wake is doing, because I'm pretty sure that was his name. And let's see if I'm right. Yep, Crasher Wake. Pistoria City, Pokemon Gym. Gym Leader, Crasher Wake. The Torrential Masked Master. Oh, I always thought his name was weird, so okay, that's interesting. So basically he's a masked wrestler, pretty much. Okay, well here we are, good old Crasher Wake's gym. And, like we always do, let's see how our little buddy's doing.
Gym Leader Wake, Crasher Wake, is a master water-type Pokemon. I'd say you got guts. If you want to try and face, water types, or with fire ground-type Pokemon. That part I'll leave up to you. Don't have some good battles, okay?
Thank you, buddy. Let's see if Barry's already been here. Pistoria City, Pokemon Gym, Gym Leader Crasher Wake. Certified Trainers is Barry. So Barry's already beat us here. Jeez, Barry is definitely rushing through his gym challenge. Because I thought I was going pretty decently quick. But Barry, on the other hand, is definitely running through everything. Okay, so we definitely have a puzzle here, and it's definitely with the buttons. If I remember, the upper buttons are going to raise— oh no, that one lowered the water. But let's definitely deal with our Pokemon trainers here, just because we're obviously going to have to deal with them later. My body isn't the only thing I work on toughening up here. I also work on my Pokemon and my spirit. Well, that's pretty nice to hear. But let's see what kind of Pokemon you got, bud. Tuber Jackie. So what do you got, Jackie? Because, let's be honest here. Oh, it's a Weasel again. Okay. Keep running into Weasels when it comes to water-type Pokemon. Remoraid was a difference, because we've seen Magikarp everywhere. But Weasel is definitely a interesting Pokemon. Barry has one, so we know we can easily deal with it. It's just that Weasel can definitely be kind of tough in its own right. I will be honest though, my very first starter Pokemon was actually a Floatzel, which is the evolution of Weasel. So, like, that's actually pretty cool. It wasn't my first Pokemon that I found shiny. I found a golden Magikarp in my very first playthrough of Pokemon. Didn't know what it was, I freaked out, I'm like, what is this? Had no idea what a shiny was. I trying to catch it, didn't have enough Pokeballs, and, well, let's be honest here. The Magikarp died, and I thought maybe I can go back to the cave and find another one. Didn't even know how rare they were, and never found it again, obviously. But that's definitely an interesting story to tell you guys, just because Voltzel and Magikarp are the same color when they're shiny, which is actually kind of funny. So, I thought it would be an interesting story to bring up to you guys. Wow, trainer, you must be tougher than our gym leader. Maybe. What you said doesn't really match your face, though, to be honest. But, maybe. But it looks like, okay, we can make our way over here. Let's definitely double check where we can go from here, because we definitely have a little bit of where we can go. I'm going to say the green button lets us go back. Let me double check, though. I just want to see what that opens up for us, because we do have quite a decent amount to walk through there. But I just want to make sure where our alignments are when it comes to that kind of stuff. So it looks like we're perfectly fine to go over here with no problems of worrying about anything. I just want to make sure that we weren't going the wrong way. But it looks like we can take on Mr. Fisherman over here, though. I have a mastery over the incredible power of water. You won't win. Okay, well, if you say so, buddy. But, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna definitely have to try hard to actually beat us, Mr. Walter. But you have Barboke. Thankfully, we know we can easily deal with... Actually, no, I don't think we actually fought against a Barboke yet. But the thing is we have 4 times advantage on Barboke, because water ground type, not good against grass. But, yeah, I'll take the free knockout, but, as well as the HP back, that's definitely more of my reasoning. But sorry, Barboke, you gotta go down, bud. Can't use the Giga Drain too much, though. We're gonna need that for Wake. But the thing is we still have, Luxray, so we're still good, so Nala's definitely prepared. It's just I don't want to waste too many of our Giga Drains, because that's our priority damage, for the most part. But the kid wins anyway. I'm just bowled over. Well, sorry, buddy. But we'll definitely be taking the extra money. And actually, before I forget, let's actually be smart with our money gain, because I forgot about the amulet coin. I felt like we were getting pretty low, amounts of, just in general, so this might actually come in handy. Okay, so now that we have that in place, we should be able to, make our way over here, and say hello to our sailor friend. I've traveled all over the globe, while raising Pokemon. This is the gym I've chosen. You'll find it a handful for sure. What are you, from the SSN? That sounds very specific. Huh, well, maybe. Sailor Damien, with a Wingull. Interesting. I like how the sailor has a Wingull, by the way. Just because just in general, when I think about sailors, I think about the Wingull trainer, or old man from the Hoenn region. And, well, he has a Wingull, which is actually pretty funny. How good is Grass Knot here? I know it's normally effective because you're a flying type, but half damage. Pluck, don't have a berry, so that doesn't really work for you. You would eat a berry off of me if I didn't have one. But I think we got the Wingull here for free. So sorry, bud, but you and your Wingull gotta get on out of here. But what would your second Pokemon be? Probably another one, yep. Because he's using another one, let's be smart about this. And let's go into Nala instead, because 4 times weakness is what we should prioritize on. And let's be honest here, we can definitely take advantage of that, because of the fact that Nala is definitely good when it comes to anything like that. So Thundershock probably would be better here. Normally I wouldn't just use Thundershock, because it's a pretty weak move compared to what we can be using. But the thing is because it's not our strong move and it's not our priority move, I don't mind using it to take out a normal trainer. You're kind of top class tough. I guess so. But 2,000... Okay, yeah, the amulet coin is definitely taking effect again. I needed the extra money for the costume that I still want to get with the Honchkrow. Actually, I really wish I got to use a Honchkrow, but the thing is I feel like, there's still other things I want to use, and I really don't want to get rid of Altarian now that we have the chance of getting one. So, it's definitely a Pokemon I would have used, for sure, if we didn't get Alice. But it definitely is an interesting Pokemon nonetheless. Maybe I'll do, like, Crasher Wake, and wear the same kind of mask. Oh, we already fought you. I forgot about you. I thought he was a different trainer because I thought we were in a lower or a higher level, but nope, that's the same trainer we fought before. Well, that's interesting. But let's see what you got. I want to become a strong trainer like Crasher Wake. Well, we haven't got to him yet, so we don't know how strong he is compared to Maylene. Obviously, he's probably going to have a higher level Pokemon than Maylene, but you have his Earl. Interesting. That's a fairy water type. So, technically we have the advantage with Poison Sting here. Actually, I'm quite curious. How much damage do we do with Poison Sting here? Wow. Normally you don't see that kind of damage from Poison Sting. But because Zerl is a baby Pokemon, it does do quite a lot. Although Charm is definitely going to affect another Poison Sting. But the poison damage we just did might be just enough that we needed. So technically we just did like 75% with one Poison Sting, which is not the easiest thing, and that critical makes it sure that Charm didn't mean a single thing. Jeez. And also the Charm doesn't really matter because, let's be honest here, Roselia is not a Pokemon that's specifically using fighting type or just attacking moves in general, so we're perfectly fine. But let's go for Grass Knot here, because I feel like Meryl will be decently heavy. Not very heavy it seems, but it did do decent. Although, doesn't Aqua Tail throw you... No, it doesn't. I'm thinking Iron Tail. But definitely, it could have been bad if it was something that swapped us out. I might grab a little bit of HP here. I think it might be smart, because we can get a little bit from Meryl here, for just in general, for what we lost, to get us kind of topped off, because like I said, Roselia is kind of a glass cannon. I'm not sure by how much, but I do think Roselia and Roserade are kind of on the glass cannon side, so we should be careful. You are too much. Not really. I think we did decently fair for you. But let me make sure about that, because I do actually... I keep saying it, but I don't know by how much we are. Actually, we're kind of a special defense tank, in a way. But we have a lot of special attack. But the thing is, we're really slow. So, technically, we're not as much of a glass cannon as I thought we were. But it's still pretty decent, though, just in general. Let's see what Mr. Fisherman has for us. I've landed the most fish in the world. I'm next. Okay. Interesting. But Fisherman Eric, what do you got for us, buddy? Love their grins, by the way. I think they're my favorite model in this game, to be honest, when it comes to NPCs. Because their little smile is actually pretty funny to me. But, I think we go Grass Knot here. I don't want to use Giga Drain yet. I'm gonna wait till we take a little bit more damage and get most of his Pokemon off the field. And then we'll go for a Giga Drain to top off our HP. Ooh, almost a level for Carmen there. Barboak, that should be pretty easy. I think any kind of fish Pokemon is going to be like the easiest thing for Carmen. Because fish Pokemon are going to be heavier because of the fact that, well, that's how you kind of determine a good fish to catch normally in real life. So I feel like that would definitely work for us. We're level 31 for Carmen. Although levels don't really matter anymore. Oh, Gyarados. Okay. Can't really go for what I wanted to go there. Because I wanted to go for, obviously, a Giga Drain. But Gyarados is definitely going to put a dampen on that. But we do know how we can deal with Gyarados perfectly safely. Which is obviously going for Nala here. And, oh, double Intimidate. Kinda surprised about that one, but it makes sense. I'm pretty sure it's one of the two abilities Gyarados can have. pretty sure a lot of trainers have the hidden ability, and geez, I didn't realize we kind of crit there. But down goes Gyarados. It was going to go down anyway, so let's be honest there. His 4 times weakness and 6 levels underneath us. But being number 1 in the world doesn't mean a thing. Nope. That's not really the case. Sometimes it actually is pretty good. But, sorry buddy, but I had to knock you down quite a few pegs, because we definitely needed to get you out of our way. But what does that button do for us? Looks like we have an orange button and we have another orange button. It looks like we just need to lower the water, so I don't think it really matters. Oh, well, we definitely don't want to use that button. We'll get trapped over there. So let's use this button instead, to our benefits, and then make our way over here, and now we're closer to Wake. But the thing is we still need to find our way up to him, and it looks like we still got one more trainer before him. So, let's see what our next sailor's got for us. Like the raging sea, I crash down and wash away everything before me. That's just how I roll. That's an interesting saying. You know what? Good on you, Sailor Samson. But let's see what you got for us. Shellos. Okay, Shellos can be easy. So, he might have a Gastrodon based on him having 3 Pokemon. So, keep in mind of that, for sure. But Grassdot should be not actually that good here, because of the fact that he's not a ground type yet. Okay. Well, not the worst case scenario. Being confused, on the other hand, is definitely a bad scenario. So, did not actually expect to get confused there. Hopefully it's not too bad for us, because we might be able to still work around the confusion. And that definitely is a giant if, but still, we'll be safe as long as we're fine. But the thing is I'm probably going to swap out for the Wingull, let's be honest here. So, let's be smart and deal with the Wingull in style with Nala here. Because Nala is definitely a better option for Wingull, for the 4 times weakness. But the thing is, it seems like we can kinda guess what Wake might use, based on everything. He might have a Pelipper. He might have a Floatzel, I think? And he might have a Wishcash, I'm thinking, based on the Pokemon, but it can also be a Gyarados as well. And because Shellos is... oh, it's the other version of Shellos. There we go. So now we see the East and the West versions on him, which is pretty cool. But let's just go for a Spark to make sure he's done for. Because the other one survived my last attack, so let's just make sure he's done for. With an easy little fashion there too. Level 32 for Nala, we'll take that. And down goes Sailor Samson. Sorry buddy, you and your cryptic message is getting on out of here. That wave didn't even wash my hands. You can easily wash your hand in the wave, but okay. Sorry, but your crashed wave did not seem to be in effect there. But let's raise the water again. And let's see where we can go from here. Oh! I could have sworn the water was this high before, because we talked to this guy before, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the water rising and falling is tricky, but don't let it annoy you. If you lose sight of yourself, that's when you're set to lose. Oh no, the water was a little bit lower, wasn't it? Because the stairs was open from here, I think. So, just below this. But, here we are, Crasher Wake. And let's prepare, because it is smart. The thing is I don't think we need to worry too badly, because we do have a potion here. So let's just use a little potion to get back to full. I know it's just for 1 HP. We still have a revive too, so we're still in really good favors. Let's finally see how Wake is, since here we go, we're halfway midpoints of our adventure. The masked wrestler, or masked gym leader, Crasher Wake.
Welcome. I don't get challenged very often. The glory you are now beholding is the story of Gym Leader. That's right, I'm Crasher Wake.
Nice to meet you, bud.
My Pokemon are tough enough by stormy waters. They'll take everything you can, throw them, and they'll pull you under. It will be yours. Come on, let's get it done.
Okay, let's get it done indeed. Crasher Wake, the 4th gym leader of our adventure, as well as a water type. Also, he kind of reminds me of, what do you call it, Swampert as well, to be completely honest. But here we go. And he has a Gyarados to start. That is bad. Okay. Gyarados. Maybe we can work this out. What we can do here, maybe we'll go for a water type move. So let's swap out into Nala, because we're definitely dealing with the Gyarados in a smart fashion. Drop his attack by a little bit for swapping him in, or swapping her in, I should say. He went for Ice Fang. Ooh, and we didn't get frozen. That's really, really good. Okay, we're going for Spark. That should be enough for the Gyarados. Gyarados is done for, yeah. 4 times weakness and a glass cannon for the most part for Gyarados. Definitely really good for us. Ooh, a bunch of levels. 31 for Mozart, 29 for Bugs, and 33 for Weston. Weston's getting really close to being a Napoleon. I'll definitely take that when we get it. Although I think we get a move here. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why not. Ooh, yep, there we go. Brian. Is that better than our Bubble Beam? It's, if the target's HP is half or less, this attack will hit for double the power. It's the same. You know what? It's worth it. The thing is that I'm pretty sure Empoleon is a slower Pokemon, so it doesn't really matter. So, I'll take it. Brian can definitely come in handy, because if we attack second, we get extra damage. There's literally nothing bad about that. But Quagsire was not actually ready for Quagsire. So, that's an interesting Pokemon. But is that your signature Pokemon, though? Probably not. But definitely interesting, though. Because Quagsire, we haven't seen a Wooper yet, so seeing Quagsire right now is actually quite interesting. But because you are a water ground type, I'm sorry, buddy, but double weaknesses back-to-back is not going to help you. I'm going to be honest here. So, sorry, but Cardinals literally get in a feeding frenzy there. Okay, so what's your next Pokemon? 100% your signature now. Gym Leader Wake is about to send out Floatzel. Will you switch out your Pokemon? I think we're actually still good here. You know what? We'll keep her out.
Hey, that was a good move.
Thanks. Thanks, good man. Okay, Floatzel. The berry Pokemon that I said was my very first shiny Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Grass Knot, I think might be our... Oh, you have Ice Fang. Was not ready for that, but did you get Poison Pointed? You did. We just won no matter what. He has no way of getting rid of that. Unless he has... Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess he's heavy enough for it to count. But Poison Point would have actually gone him no matter what, because we still had all of our Pokemon. Poison hits dramatically heavily over the course of a couple turns, and he would have eventually just lost his whole HP bar, even if he healed. So, definitely good, and he didn't even get to use a potion either. We just one-shotted all of his Pokemon with Pokemon about the same level as him. So, it doesn't even matter, there's no if, and, or but that we did, you know, like we cheated against him or anything like that. Because usually we're higher level, or people usually have a higher level, but we've been basically the same level as every single, like, gym leader up to this point. And usually you're like a couple levels over. So, I'll take it. I'll definitely take that. Level 32 for Carmen, 1,000 experience for that Floatzel though. But down goes Wake. Sorry, buddy. But you were actually much easier in the main lane. But maybe that's a good thing, because of that Drain Punch Lucario being kinda terrifying.
Well, it's gone and ended.
Yep, it has. Sorry, bud, but it was a fun battle, though.
I want to say this. One more. Want to battle one more.
Same here, bud. But 7,600. That's pretty nice. Although we got that from a trainer earlier. But, Ace trainers, specifically. But that's still a lot of money, because the more money we can get, the better chance we have at that costume earlier in our adventure. Because I want to get that early, because we still have quite a lot of our adventure left, so getting that early would be pretty nice.
Seems like the Undertale pulled me under, but I had a great time battling with you. You earned this.
Earned our 4th badge, and I believe it's called the Fen badge. I was gonna say the Wake badge, or just like the Wake of the Ocean badge, or the sea breeze badge or something like that, but fen badge. What does fen mean? I actually don't know that word. Maybe it's another word for water that I don't know about. I've never heard of that word before, but you received the fen badge from Wake. Thank you.
You need the fen badge to use hidden moves defog from your Pokecatch.
Defog? Really? Why would I need defog?
These are special rewards of me in recognition of the team's power. You obtained...
Oh wait, I was gonna read that. I thought he was still talking. You obtained the stickers that Wakes uses. His was pretty cool, so we'll definitely use his. Honor Empoleon. You obtained TM55s and put them inside your pocket.
Those TM55s contain the move Prime.
Little late there, bud. We just got that with our Piplup that's about to be an Empoleon. Weston does thank you though for it. Thanks.
It inflicts double the damage on targets with less than half their HP left. Use it to inbound decisively.
Definitely a good idea. If we're slower than a Pokemon, maybe we can use an Iron Ball on Empoleon if we're preparing to use something like that. Because that would definitely slow us down, I think. I think it's Iron Ball that we want to use. Because I think that one's the one that drops your speed by half. So it definitely would come in handy. Or was it Slow Tail? It looks like it's either the Iron Ball or oh no, what was the name of that item actually? It looks like an Onyx's tail, is what I'm thinking of. But, yeah, definitely in due time, we'll be able to think of a strategy, because we don't have many items yet. And, honestly, with the fact that we are getting closer to getting that costume, I can start spending a little bit more on items. But how are we doing on money now? 1,006. Okay, 106,000. We're 14k off of what I'm trying to get. So, we're getting close. Soon we'll be able to take full advantage of it. Let's see if this guy changes his mind now. Haha! The package finally came from Veilstone Warehouse. So now it's my job to deliver it to this lake. This is an important mission. No failure allowed. No making boo-boos, like wandering off into the Great Marsh. Hey buddy. Before that just now, you were eavesdropping. I was just talking loudly to myself. If I wasn't in a hurry, I'd pulverize you with my Pokemon, but I have to get on my way to the lake ASAP. So you're lucky. I'm out. Oh, and listen up. Don't you dare follow me. Don't follow you, you say? Yep it does. So it looks like we might want to chase that grunt soon. But, actually, to end off this episode, I actually want to do a small bit of the Great Marsh here, just to show it to you guys, because I'm pretty sure this is the Safari Zone of this game. Historia Great Marsh, Observatory Gates. Okay, well, let's make our way on in here, and I think we might be able to get a Wooper from here. So, we technically could get Wake's Pokemon. I should probably read that. Let me redo that line. Welcome to the Great Marsh, the home of Historia's Safari game. All you can catch for just 500. Would you like to play the Safari game? Sure, we have enough money. 500 is nothing, but Safari Balls, you get 30 of them. We'll let you know when the game is over. Until then, enjoy yourself. Please, off you go on your wild excursion. And with that being said, let's head into the good old Safari Zone and see what we got in this game. Great Marsh Area 6. I think there's multiple different areas you can go into. Yeah, here we go. So if we want to go to a certain area, it would be smart. Let's go to Area 1. And let's keep an eye out, because some of the Safari Zones in these games are places we actually need to explore. But, does look like there might be some free items here. And if we run into a Pokemon, obviously we'll do a little bit of safarying for it. But the thing is you can't actually... I'm pretty sure you can't fight the Pokemon in the Safari Zone in this game. So it's going to be just like the one in Red and Blue, and Fire Red and Leaf Green. So you do need to be careful. Yep, okay, so it's Bait and then Throw Ball. Okay, so... some Pokemon like you to throw mud at them, some of them like you to bait them. I think Meryl is one of the ones you want to bait in. So you throw... nope. Sometimes it's different. It's kind of 50-50 depending on the Pokemon you're really dealing with, to be completely honest. Oh, and like I was saying with Wake, we can maybe find his Quagsire in here, because it is called the Great Marsh after all. So I guess it definitely answered our question there. And let's see if we can one and done Crasher Wake's Quagsire. And there it is. Just like that. Down goes Quagsire. We get ourselves a Pokedex entry just like so. And Quagsire, the water fish Pokemon. Water ground, 4 foot 7 inches, 165 pounds. It has a sluggish nature. It lies at the river's bottoms, waiting for prey to stray into its mouth. Definitely an interesting Pokemon, although specifically not from this game. It's still a pretty cool Pokemon, and is going to have some kind of significance to Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, and we'll definitely run into one when we finally get to go into that game. Because, like I said, that's definitely my plan for our next adventure. So, definitely... Oh, I'm stuck in the marsh. I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, definitely, we might very well run into a... I think it's called Paldean Wooper in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And obviously, like I said, the series before that game even comes out for me. So, obviously, we're a little bit ahead when it comes to videos, but obviously, I don't want to just sit around and not do a video. If I'm already done with 5 for a week, I usually keep doing some extra just in case. Honestly, for this week, currently, this is my 4th video. So, and it's only Monday, so if that says anything, I wanted to do quite a lot on Monday, that's for sure. But since we already seen a Quagsire, we don't really need another. But definitely good to see him, just because, you know, Quagsire is pretty cool, after all. But, ooh, Scorpy. I did not know you can get Scorpy here. That's an interesting Pokemon. I would think I would see you in some kind of desert area, but I don't think there is a desert area in the Sinnoh region. And one done for Scorpy as well. Cool. I actually like this Pokemon too, so that's good to see him. Scorpy's data has been added to your Pokedex. Scorpy, the Scorpion Pokemon. Poison Bug type, 2 foot 7 inches. Weight 260, or 26.5 pounds. I don't know why it's 260. It grips prey with its tail, claws, and injects poison. It tenaciously hangs onto the poison until the poison takes. Jeez, that's kind of scary. But down we go. We got ourselves a Scorpy too. In one and done fashion too, which is pretty good. Not bad whatsoever. And a bunch of free Pokeballs too. We're definitely getting some pretty cool stuff from here. Just because, honestly, I was not expecting some of this stuff. But Quagsire, sorry buddy, but we already got ya. And I'm actually quite surprised we one and done Quagsire, to be honest, with a Safari Ball. Because I think it's got the same odds as a Great Ball. So, quite surprising. But the thing is because I caught a barrel in between episodes, we don't need to worry about the barrel anymore. I technically could read out its dialogue for you guys though. When you're walking on boggy parts, sometimes you'll get sucked down. Getting free of the bog takes time, which is a luxury in this Safari game. Yeah, so we don't want to so we can lose time inside if we get stuck in the bog. I don't know what the timing is though. Probably like 10 minutes in the Safari Zone, I think, depending on what you find and what you get. So definitely could be that. The only thing is hey, Wooper. And now we're finally seeing our first Wooper of our game. I haven't seen one outside of episode, and this is the first time I'm seeing Wooper. So, jeez. We found Quagsire before we even found Wooper. Definitely a funny thing. And he didn't run away. Surprising. Okay, let's throw another Safari Ball and just go for the catch. Because it's better to go for the catch than to bait, to be honest. Because some Pokemon aren't really bothered by getting hit by a Pokeball. So it's worth just going for it. Because you're going to get them no matter what at some point. So you might as well just go for it. 500 Pokédollars for a couple Pokemon is not bad. And Wooper's data has now been added to the Pokedex. Wooper, the waterfish Pokemon. Water ground, 1 foot 4 inches, 18.5 pounds, or actually we can round them up to 19 pounds. It lives in cold water, half burying itself in the mud at the bottom to sleep. Huh, interesting. Definitely good to see you. And, I still think, Paldean Wooper's nickname that people have given him is kind of funny, to be honest. Is Paldean Wooper. Obviously, people are calling him Pooper, but, definitely an interesting little Pokemon, since poison water type, isn't it? It's definitely an interesting Pokemon. But, Babarrel. Let's go to Babarrel real quick, because I did say I can read out its Pokedex entry. Babarrel, the beaver Pokemon. Normal water, 3 foot, 3 inches. Balance, 69.5 pounds. It makes its nest by damming streams with bark and mud. It is known as an industrious worker. Definitely an interesting Pokemon, but like I said, Babarrel does turn into a water normal type, and that indeed proves that case. And here's our Marill again. Let's see if we can get this one, just because I'm curious. I'm wondering if our Safari time's almost up, because I feel like we've done quite a decent amount in the Safari, because, like I said, one and dones, and I don't know why we keep getting those, but I'll take the extra luck, because, I'll be honest, I kinda need it sometimes. But Marill, the Aqua Mouse Pokemon, Water Fairy, 1 foot 4 inches, 18.7 pounds. If it round up, technically 19 pounds. Using its tail as a float, it dives underwater. It likes eating plants that grow in riverbeds. Also, I like how Marill became a fairy-type Pokemon, because, well, obviously, before fairy typing was a thing, it was just a water type. So, I always find that interesting, just because, well, it wasn't a fairy type at all before, and because they needed to add the fairy typing to every, like, a couple Pokemon to, even it out, it makes a lot of sense to do so with Marill, just because it actually fits the Pokemon a little bit for me, personally. Let's see what's in this jar of honey. I'm wondering if we'll find anything interesting that we can use. Ooh, that area looks interesting. Throwing food at a Pokemon makes it easier to catch them, but while eating it, they are likely to bolt. Throwing mud at a Pokemon makes it harder to catch, but also get angry and become less likely to bolt. Ugh, what to do? Much easier to bolt if you throw baits, but easier to catch. Okay, I did not know that. So basically throwing the ball is just a neutral, is basically what it's saying. That's interesting. But I think we might be able to get somewhere interesting, though. The only thing is I need to find a way up to the upper area, because that water area seemed very specific. So let's make our way up there, just because I feel like we might be able to find something over there. If we don't get attacked by 2 Pokemon back-to-back. By Pokemon we already caught 2, so a little unfortunate that it was 2 Pokemon we've seen already, because I feel like there's still a couple we haven't seen yet, because obviously Safari Zone's going to have quite a bunch of Pokemon hiding in it. That's how you find, what Pokemon was it? Was it Pinsir? As well as, Tauros in the original, Fire Red and Blue is what I should say. But, I'm pretty sure that's where you would get those 2 Pokemon. They were pretty low chances of finding them, if I remember correctly. But, I think we found our way over to where we want to go. Because this area looks interesting to me. Oh. Never mind. Looks like it's just a fishing location. But, I thought it was going to lead to something. And, oh, ding dong, time's up. Your safari game is over. And just like that, we were able to do our whole safari. So, thanks for that. That was actually pretty good. We got a lot of Pokemon out of it. As well as, a couple Pokedex entries. So it was definitely worth it. Use a pair of binoculars to look out over the Great Marsh. You can see what kinds of Pokemon can be caught and where they are. Wait, really? $100 for binoculars? Sure. Wait, you can really do that? Wooper. Okay. I see Wooper. Is okay, Babarrel. Okay. What kind of Pokemon? Ooh, Azumarill. Okay, or Azurill, I should say. I don't know why I said Azumarill. That is the final evolution, but Starly. Okay. Marill again. We didn't see Azurill, so pretty much the only Pokemon we didn't see was the Azurill. Okay then. Well, we pretty much caught everything in the Great Marsh in the first try. That's pretty good. When walking on the bog, you sometimes sink right in. I get flustered trying to get out. I have no luck catching anything. I'm not going to tell you about my luck on catching them, then. Tell me I'm not imagining this. The Great Mars's Pokemon seem to be different from the ones yesterday. Wait, what? Wait, is that a thing in this game? Wait, so the Pokemon can change? That's interesting. I'm looking into that. Now that we've actually went into it, now I feel fair enough to look into the Pokemon catch rates here. So I might look into that, because I do that for previous routes. And now that counts as previous routes, I'm definitely going to check that in between episodes. There are shuttle trains in the marsh called quick trams. You should take those if you're going to a deeper area in the marsh, which we did use. But interesting, thank you. And with that being said, with our safari mission, as well as taking down the 4th gym leader of our adventure, good old Crasher Wake, and completing the midpoint of our gym challenge, I believe it's fair enough to say today's episode is now officially coming to a close. And with that being said, it looks like we might be making our way back to, what was it, Lake? What was actually that lake? It was the lake that we saw the scientists in front of beforehand, before getting to Pastoria Town, but it was in the previous episode. But definitely, it looks like we might be heading back to that lake to deal with Team Galactic again. But after that, we can easily use Fly to get back to where Fatina is, because that is our 5th gym leader. I don't know if we'll be getting into the 5th gym in the next episode, but we're definitely preparing for the 5th gym leader now, since now that we've beat the 4th gym leader, we've met Fatina already, and I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I really do think she is a Ghost-type user. I don't know if I'm 100% on that. Is either Ghost-type or Poison-type. I think it's both, maybe? I could be wrong. But with that being said, thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keeping spooky. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.